Hey, Daily Dose family, how in the world are we already in 2024? Happy New Year. My name is Jordanna Sadri. I'm one of the life group pastors at our Vista campus, and we're in a Daily Dose series this week called 4 Keys to a Great Start. And today we are going to talk about starting with prayer. Now let me ask you a question. When is the last time you prayed? Let me ask you again, don't get offended, don't get all bent out of shape, but when is the last time that you actually prayed? And what I mean by that is, when is the last time that you put words together to connect with, to talk to God? Now, 1 Thessalonians 5:17 is our verse for today, and it might be a familiar verse to many of you on prayer, and it's a really simple one. It's 2 words, pray continually. And that is the NIV version of this verse. And since it is such a short one, we have time to take a look at what some other Bible translations say with this verse. So the NIV, pray continually, but the ESV version, the English Standard Version, says to pray without ceasing. The Amplified Version says, be unceasing and persistent in prayer. The Message version just says, pray all the time. And the ERV version, which is my favorite when studying God's Word with my children, the easy-to-read version says, never stop praying. Now, there's no right way or wrong way to pray, but I know this about prayer, and this is important for us to remember. It's not meant to be transactional. Prayer is relational. God's not a vending machine. God is our loving Father who wants to hear from us. Now, I do not know a single parent who has ever complained about their kid wanting to talk to them too much, wanting to share too much with them, or just wanting to be in their presence too much. Not once have I heard that come out of the mouth of a mother or a father about their children. And God is the same way. He is waiting and He is eager and He wants to know what's on our heart and what we're struggling with and what we're going through and just even what we're processing. God desires a relationship with us, and through prayer, that's our greatest tool to connect with Him and involve Him in what's going on in our life. Now, why I asked that question of when's the last time you prayed, I tend to fall in this trap, and I think many of us do. Now, prayer is not worrying. Prayer is not getting caught up in my anxious thoughts or ruminating about a situation or playing over a scenario over and over in my mind. In fact, it's not even telling my friends about it. And it's not even asking my life group for prayer. Prayer is talking to God. And there's not a circumstance or a scenario that is too big or too crazy for God to handle. When we talk about starting with prayer and praying continually, friends, this means in every aspect of our lives, in every single part of our day. Now, I just want to share with you 2 simple tools that have really helped me in my own personal prayer life and as I try to live out 1 Thessalonians 5:17. I try to train myself to start with God, like I'm starting a conversation with Him or I'm writing Him a letter. Because if I start with God, then it's not just Jordanna getting trapped up in my emotions or caught up in my head or daydreaming about my hopes and my dreams, but it's an actual conversation with my dad about what's going on in my life. And I also love to ask God these 2 questions. I listen to and I read the books of an awesome Bible teacher and speaker and author, Jenny Allen, and she encourages folks to ask these 2 questions, and I've really implemented this in my own life. And the 2 questions that she asks God throughout her day are simply this, and they both start with God, okay? God, what is it that you want me to know? And God, what is it that you want me to do? God, what is it that you want me to know in this situation? What is it that you want me to know about this person that I'm talking to or about this challenge that my kid is going through? Or God, what is it that you want me to know about just this dynamic? And then God, what do you want me to do about it? How do you want me to respond? What is it that you want me, Jordanna, to do in this scenario? So friends, when you pray, God hears you. He's going to answer you. He wants to hear from you and He wants to answer you. And so with whatever it is that you're going through, invite God in. The good, the bad, the ugly. Your dad is waiting to hear from you today.